The Shek Report, with Dave Damashek reporting.
Damashek here at the quarter pole of the NFL season. Week 4 is in the books, so let's get right to it. Just remember, players and coaches, don't get angry at me if I call your name. Ultimately, I didn't do this to you. You did this to you. Let it begin! At number 4, Geno Bleepin' Smith. When Clipboard Jesus has a better Sunday than you, you've had a biblically awful day. CBS analyst Steve Berline may be right about what he said during the Chargers-Jags game.
Every rear end is different.
More and more, though, it seems, sadly, all Jets QBs are the same. Now it's time for this week's Get Out of Shame free cards, the first of which goes to Packers QB Aaron Rodgers. If his pigskin dominance, great deeds off the field, and love of Game of Thrones isn't enough to make you like him, maybe his invocation of an early 80s one-hit wonder will. Bam, 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 now. Next, Steelers receiver Antonio Brown for allowing me to save my breath by self-policing his own team's performance against Tampa.
We blew the game. We feel embarrassed. We feel ashamed, man.
I have nothing to add to that, Antonio. You're hereby deputized as a Shek field reporter. Don't let the Steelers defense get too down on itself. When they looked across the line of scrimmage and saw this face looking back, they had to know they were doomed. Now, back to the shameful. At number 3, everyone who put down Jerry Jones' powers as a talent evaluator over the last several years. If you blamed him for the Cowboys' struggles, then fair's fair, you have to give him credit now for drafting that road-grading offensive line. Sunday night against the Saints, Dallas looked like an old Big 8 or Southwestern Conference powerhouse steamrolling some weak sister from the ACC. And besides, even if Jerry is the worst GM in the league, he owns the team. If I buy myself a toy, you can be sure I'm going to play with it, especially if it's worth $2 billion. These people who say he or any other owner shouldn't be involved in personnel decisions are like one of those guys who never pulled the tags off their Beanie Babies. And I think we can all agree those people are the real monsters. At number 2, Bill Belichick's response to a question about whether there's a quarterback controversy in New England. I've now watched that 478 times, or the amount the Chiefs scored on Monday night. Belichick's the best. Wait, you know what? No, Steve Smith's the best. And that brings me to number 1. And this week's brown paper bag of shame, which goes to Steve Smith's haters, of which there are inexplicably legions. What's not to like about an undersized, over-the-hill guy telling the team that threw him to the curb that he was going to torch them, then torching them? On the day classy and quiet Derek Jeter hung up his cleats, Steve Smith hung a couple touchdowns on his haters, proving there are different kinds of role models. Sure, Steve doesn't play with a chip on his shoulder. He plays with the whole bag there. But of course, that doesn't mean he doesn't care about the well-being of his foes.
Ice up, son. Ice up.
See? That's very considerate. Maybe on Sunday the Panthers thought they were playing against the other Steve Smith.
I'm 35 years old and I ran around them boys like they were schoolyard kids.
Yes, Steve Smith Sr., yes, you did. And soon, you'll head to the stage in Canton for a gold jacket. In the meantime, though, I give you the 2014 Muhammad Ali trash-talking crown. You know, if I ever win an Academy Award, I think I'll take a page from Steve Smith. I'm not going to waste any time thanking people during my acceptance speech. I'll do that later on. No, I'm going to call out everybody who tried to hold me back over the years. Now, lucky for you jerks, I'm never going to win an Academy Award. But maybe I would have if you would have believed in me just a little bit more. You know what? For all you Steve Smith haters and Dave Damashek doubters, this is for you. It's the brown paper bag of shame. Wear it well. Till next time, try not to embarrass yourselves. 89 forever.
Shame.